9.69. St Kevin's 4.10.34. Collegians 7.8.50. St Bernard's, we don't have a score, but they are well up. And DLSL 14.11.95. OM's 6.7.43. And it's the Normans, William the Conqueror, and Harold and the Saxons at 10.66. Ken, thanks, Mike Fitzgerald.
Short of Beetham, then to Matt Douglas, who hacks it in the air towards the centre half forward. But only as far as the Uni Blacks team across half back, including Flight, who chips it in the air to Sharp. So it was Pitt who initially started that process off. And now it's back to Flight. Flight, edge of the square, who kicks it onto the left boot towards centre half forward. They fly. Dawn off at the front. Two Xavs players at the back. Falls to Robbins. Handball on. Gets it to Locke, who then delivers it beautifully to Cruz, who had so much space. And then on the left boot, misses to the left. Uni Blacks progress.
Gee, should have run right in there. They had a 3-on-1 going.
92-69 Old Xavs.
But that's, you know,
that should have been another goal.
Well, there are three of them there and only one Xav. But, I mean, that's Tyson Cruz. He's come back from VFL, new teammates all of a sudden, you know, extra pressure in VFL, so not feeling like he had the time. He could possibly have had the time that he had then, and so rushed the kick.
So Xavs retrieve the ball from outside the fence and then bring it back in with a high finger-breaking punt. No one can get there. Falls down to, at ground level, Hogan gets a handball to a teammate, comes to Curnow, inside 45.
Well
Cruz
played,
gets a chance.
Beautiful
Gets
play.
it back to a teammate who kicks a goal.
It's a great goal. Who was that, the kicker? Was it Angus Locke? No.
Terrific effort by Blacks. I'll keep the glasses on him just to pick up who it was. Cruising past to get the handball from Curnow and put it through the big
Could be
sticks.
Angus Locke, I reckon. Number 30, I reckon.
So we'll
yeah, that's Angus Locke.
we'll give it to Angus Locke on that occasion. So 15-8-98 for Uni Blacks. They lead 11-3-69. Old Xavs travelled 2 minutes. Fourth quarter brought to you by Within Buck.
Sensational goal from Blacks. Great team goal, and Gus Locke finishing it off in style.
Steedman, and then just hacked out by Cruz with the left boot. And that's caused a little bit of a fracas as he was flattened after he threw his boot at it. And just getting a little bit rough and ready in the middle of the ground.
Come on, man, break him up, mate.
In the meantime, the ball is in the hands of Richardson, who is directly in front. I was just going to say, it's about 48 metres out. Can he go back and bang this through? He's loaded up. He's loaded up. Towards the left it goes and punched through. Last line was Noonan for Old Xavs. Goes through for a behind. 15-9-99 Uni Blacks. They now lead by 5 goals. 11-3-69 Old Xavs.
So Dynam couldn't clear defensive 50. Comes the Blacks, they bring it back inside. Big fly from Dornoff, but the back couldn't quite get there, but gee, wasn't far away. At ground level, Mahon beat Mahon, goes a right foot across the body, but goes out of bounds.
In the
on the
meantime,
full.
Sharp hasn't moved there. He landed heavily in that pack. Now he's moving, but he hit the ground hard.
Just while are we having a stop and play here or not?
Tom Sharp just slowly getting up. The runners are now out to
start with the Premier B. Hampton Rovers 7-9-51. Fitzroy 13-3-81. Parkdale 4-8-32. Old Scotcher 19-13. Old Brighton 5-6. Bowyer 18-12. Old Haileybury 5-10. Monash Blues 12-11. So looking like a good win for Paul Grove's team there. St Bede's Mentone 13-15-93 to 6-4-40 Ajax.
So Old Xavs towards left half back for them, but punched over the boundary line by Adam Pitt for Uni Blacks. It'll be thrown in. So the boundary umpire does the business, throws in a high one. Shaw at the back won the tap, but only as far as Mahon. Mahon for Uni Blacks just skies it, a real up and under. Batten was at the bottom, Dynan got it, and they're able to work it around the boundary line, but only as far as Steedman, and they've kicked it straight down his throat. So he's 55 metres out on the outer side. Called to play on the big man. Kicks it inside the arc. Dornoff's in the middle. Couldn't quite take it, but picks it up anyway. Throws it on the left boot. Off a standing start, but only as far as Noonan. Last line of defence takes the mark for Old Xavs. 99 plays 69. We've been going 5 minutes.
So Noonan's got it on the last line of defence. Batten stands the mark, closes him down. Short kick finds Simiopoulos in the right back pocket for Xavs. Not a lot of movement up ahead. You feel he'll probably just have to bang it up the line. He does so now. Steeman at the back though. It's got his name all over it and takes an uncontested mark at the end. Great use of the footy by Old Xavs. So strong pass there. Comes to Quayle. Quayle kicks right to the top of the square and Batten.
Robbins. Oh, yes, Robbins. Right. What is it?
I thought it was Batten. It's not Batten.
It's not Batten.
Wait till he turns around. And
Robbins,
it's
yeah.
Robbins.
It is Robbins.
So Robin hasn't scored this afternoon. This to stretch the margin to beyond 6 goals.
Wow.
And this, dare I say it, the 5.5 minute mark of the fourth quarter could be it, bar the shouting. So Robbins opens the angle up and puts it straight through.
Well, they're smashing them.
So this could be a famous victory for the Xavs, having
Very convincing.
been 6 goals down in the first quarter. And now go to 16-9-105, leading Xavs 11-3-69 by 36 points and even 6 goals.
It's a terrific performance by Blacks. They've
Absolutely.
cleaned them up all over the ground. It's not just in one area.
And the other thing, it's up with the quality of anyone we've seen this year, Ken.
Yep.
I reckon. It's been outstanding.
So 7th on the ladder leading into this match today. Blacks back in the middle of the ground. Shaw lost his footing but was able to pick himself up and get a handle on it. Trundles it towards Handley at centre half forward. Prowse was hovering as well. Pitt did well though. Got a handball out for Uni Blacks and they're able to work it to Flight on the near side with a bit of space. Kicks it towards the centre where it's marked by Curnow, then tried to offload it to Flight, but Curnow was there to mop it up. Onto the left boot, kicks it towards left half forward. Dornoff's at the back, but the boundary line's going to beat him as the ball races away from the little man, and it'll be thrown in on the 45-metre arc at left half forward for Uni Blacks.
Got their confidence up, playing good footy.
Going 7 minutes for the Clyde Hotel Carlton, and our good friends at William Buck, the throw-in. It is Batten tried to put his boot on it from the ruck work. Old Xavs through Beetham to Dynan, and then the handball out to Denton, who kicks it to the outer side. A bit of space, a bit of a foot race out there. Who can pick it up? A little bit of tunnel ball applied. Bennett goes in hard. Now Mahon did well for Uni Blacks. Gets it to Curnow in the middle of the ground. A kick and a half out. It's a wobbly one towards the top of the square. Dornoff is lurking. Dornow taps it to himself. Dornoff round the body. What a goal that is. Hasn't he come to life in the second half? Lockie Dornoff. And that's just about the nail in the coffin, you'd suggest. We've been going some 8 minutes in the final quarter, and it'll be Old Xavs 11-3-69, and all of a sudden it's blown right out. And the reason why we delay the score here, because an old gentleman walks across, puts the score on, and then walks away, and I'm just waiting for him to move. It is 17-9-111 for Uni Blacks.
So 7-goal lead here to the home side Uni Blacks. That's a 13-goal turnaround from 15 minutes in the first quarter after Xavs had kicked the first 6. So back in the middle, Xavs get it going their way. Able to get a handle on it now. It comes away though with Blacks. It's a handball there received by Flight. Flight goes to the left boot, out of side. Curnow nudged under it, can't get the ball. Good abuse of his body there by Lay. Coming away with it though for Xavs is Tom Williams. He goes with the right boot, Handley diving, can't quite get there, leaves it behind, manages to kick it while he was sitting on the ground, gets it to Goss. He can't keep it in front of him, keeps having at it against Des. No one's able to get it, and right half back, it's numbers there with Blacks. They just get it away and work it to half back and up to the wing. Standing start, it's going to be Batten who marks outer side of the ground.
Batten receiving it from Cruz, kicks it in towards the middle, and Cruz has run up to take the mark. So Cruz in the centre of the ground, onto the left boot. Look at this, in splendid isolation is Curnow. 48 metres out, onto the left boot, looking for a man up further. Dornoff and found him again.
Now, you've used that term again that I explained to you last year about the song, Splendid Isolation by Warren Zevon.
Yeah, what era was that?
It's about 77.
Yeah, why I didn't know
76. That Georgia O'Keeffe, the artist.
Thank you very much. Dornoff He's missed the lot. He's kicked it into the tennis courts.
30 left.
Round the grounds.
Are you aware of that song as well?
13 minutes into the last quarter, Trinity and 9-8-62,
Yeah.
Uni Blues 11-9-75, St Kevin's not making any impression, 4-11-35, Collegians 7-10-52, that's 13 minutes in, and De La Salle 15-16, OM's 9-9, and we don't know about St Bernard's and Old Carey. Last we heard it was half time, and it was a long way to the good of St Bernard's.
So anyone listening from St Bernard's and Carins, feel free to send or text us in the score. So Xavs have worked it to half back. Around the corner goes Corley Beetham. Gets it up to Clay Johnson. Handball to Johnson. And kick from Xavs. Goes to 45. Looking for Handley. Keeps it in front of him. Can't get a handle on it. Gets some help, some support there from a teammate. And he's wrapped up. A strong tackle by Curnow. And we'll have a ball up. Just attacking side of the centre for Old Xavs.
Just got a thumbs up there from Tom Sharp. You all right, Tom? Good on you, son.
Everyone knows the great John Canis. So Blacks get it going their way. Batten tucks the footy under an arm. Goes to kick it once. Goes to kick it twice. Good option. Gets it to Robbins. Robbins has one bounce. Closes to 35. But tight angle. Ooh. And kick on its way. Misses.
Gone the glory shot there. A couple of guys in the centre of the ground, but they're well clear. Might as well break with the disciplines and have a crack.
Old Xavs have gone straight up the middle, but Cruz they've kicked it straight down his throat, and as he's marked it, he's just
got cramp.
Got the cramp on the right leg.
Because he gets interchanged that much at VFL that he doesn't know how to play out a full best part of a game. He's a chance to kick this.
He can go back directly in front and nab it from about 48 metres out. Tyson Cruz comes in, left boot. He's not going to make the distance. They fly. No mark. Dornoff there at the fall of the ball, and then a snap for goal. He's put it through. That was from Cameron Moorfield.
Touched off the boot.
Oh, it's touched. It was Moorfield anyway. We got that bit right. Touched off the boot.
Ken, put it down to Moorfield.
So Xavs working away quickly. Matt Douglas kicks it to halfback. Curnow, clever tap, gets it to Quayle. Squeezes it on the left boot, looking for Dornoff. Backing back, can't quite take the mark. Falls to Dynan at ground level. There's a handball over the top to Beetham. He does well, keeps it in, gets it to a teammate who's under a lot of pressure. Quayle picks it up, he can't get it.
Wow, what a great bit of play from both sides of pressure and tackling.
Didn't the Uni Blacks boys on the hill enjoy that Falcon? They thought that was fabulous.
So we count that tonight in the Pavy over St Colvin Convivials, I would say.
So Curnow gets it.
Might even get the age-old skull out the front for that one, I would say.
So Batten wins it down for Blacks, but not going anywhere. Pye says, give it to me.
Where did Falcon come from? That's a phenomenon of recent times. Hasn't been in the game more than... certainly wasn't around when I played.
I'd say last 5 or 10 years the Falcon has entered the vernacular.
We'll have to go to Dr. Google for that.
Fitzy, you got any ideas over there in Adelaide?
So Xavs get it out to the outer side. Handley having to come a long way from home into the defensive part of the ground. Kick off the ground. Leading in the race there is Bean. He gets it. Wrapped up in a tackle though. And we'll have a ball up.
We need to get sharp on the ground here. Here he goes. He's going now. He's been there for 5 minutes. He's recovered from his concussion.
He's itching. And Steedman comes straight off the bench and he'll look to take this in
live wire forward. Been a good contributor, Batten, today. He's been very, very good for him.
So quick kick around the corner. Cruz really had a bit of muxed in the second half. Big pack of players forms. Ball right in front of us.
Battering around Ruckman.
Green. Steedman crashes through. Can't get it to a teammate though effectively.
Hogan.
Ball in dispute here. Blacks have got it sharp. Handballs to Quayle. Quayle goes with the left boot. Dornoff off a long leave. Oh, keeps it in. And runs into a player.
We'll have a sore hip, surely.
Mark Johnson really hit him hard. But Xavs do well and they take it to the outer side of the ground.
They do indeed. And the marks with Prowse on the outer side. Prowse towards centre wing. Simeopoulos has found some space. And he goes for a bit of a run. Tucks it under the arm. Handball over the top. Finds Margin. Margin gets it back to Simeopoulos, who kept running. Then he handballs over the top to no one in particular. Running onto it was Johnston. Just outside the arc. Margin kept running. Throws it on the right boot. Top of the square, punched away by Uni Blacks away from Handley and Goss, and the ball goes over. You won't believe where the term falcon comes from. It was from rugby league in Australia on the Footy show. Mario Fennick's weekly segment was introduced by a piece of footage from his playing days showing a ball passing from his head, and he was named the Maltese Falcons. That's where falcon came from. So because it's from rugby league, we won't talk about it anymore again.
That's right.
I thought it was Sydney Green Street, wasn't it? Wasn't he the Maltese Falcon?
So Xavs get it, kick it to the top of the square, but good mark taken there. And the last line of defence is Brendan Dess for the home side. So he goes with the right foot, hugs the broadcast side of the ground. Flying from behind there was Robbins, but man in front was Williams.
Silly kick.
So he's gone backwards at least 35 metres. Finds a teammate in Anderson. So Anderson goes inside 50. Clay Anderson can't take it. Numbers with Blacks though at ground level, and they run it out. And quick kick there from Drysdale, but it wasn't a great one. Uncontested mark taken by Xavs across half-back.
They can rebound again off half-back through Dynan, kicking it into the middle of the ground. And through the agency of margin, dodging and weaving towards centre half, forward towards Goss. Now,
free kick.
Handley has hit the ground and he's been, it's a push. It's a push against Handley, and he can go back and try and slot one through from directly in front.
What a wonderful piece of old-style calling that was, Matt, that used to be around a long time ago, through the agency. Through the agency of... Did you hear Dennis Committee's comment last night?
Which one?
When Hill had the ball for Hawthorn and he was breaking clear running into an open goal, and Dennis Committee said, "They say it's easy to run downhill. Try telling that to McIntosh."
He's too good. He is too good. That was a behind, by the way, from Handley. Of course, Dennis Committee's absolute best was Tony Liberatore went into that pack optimistically and came out misty optically.
There was another one where someone last year went to take on a young kid playing his first or second game. It was coming towards Hodge, and he tried to balk around him, and he just said, "Oh, son, you should have heard the Norm Smith jangling."
Isn't it brilliant? Well, we shouldn't be talking about it, Ken, because that's the other competition.
Don't know what you're talking about.
I'll tell you what I will talk about. 25 minutes into the last quarter, and St Kevin's a 15-13. It's completed. It's just clicked over. Collegians have defeated St Kevin's 7-10, 52 to 5-13, 43. Blues hold a narrow lead 21 minutes into the last quarter, 10-9, 69. Old Trinity Uni Blues at 11-9, 75.
So it's a 43-point lead to the home side. 113 plays 70. A quick kick out of the pack from Blacks goes out of bounds on the full. So it'll be a free kick to Xavs at right half back. We've travelled 18 minutes in this fourth and final quarter thanks to William Buck. And that 43-point lead on the Clyde Hotel in Carlton scoreboard.
So Mark Johnston, it's left half back for Xaverians. Goes inboard to Dynan, but umpire calls it back. So he'll have a second crack at it. He'll kick it to the congestion. No, he won't. He'll go do exactly what he did in the first place to Dynan. Dynan kicks it outside the defensive arc and finds Tiernan. Kicks it to the outer side of the ground where Prowse has got it. So Prowse along the wing, Flight at the front, and Simeopoulos at the back. Simeopoulos did well to trap it, handball it off to Denton. Denton to the lead of Handley, who takes the mark 30 metres out on a slight angle. In fact, probably a little bit more acute than slight. Be about 30-degree angle, I'd suggest. And they now trail with the sting well and truly taken out of this game. They trail by 43 points, Old Xaverians. As Curnow comes back onto the ground for one more thrust at them. Handley makes no mistake and puts it through. So it is 17-11, 113 to 12-4, 76 for Uni Blacks, and we've been travelling 19 and a half minutes for the Clyde Hotel Carlton.
6 goals to Handley.
Yeah, he's had a good game. Look, percentage very important to the Blacks. You know, they haven't been beaten by much in their games. They did have a percentage of 95.35, so they need to keep this 6-7 goal buffer just to pad their percentage up so that it's competitive with the sides immediately above them in Collegians who have won today. and Dealer, who will also win today.
So 113 Blacks, 76 for the visiting side, Old Xavs. Back in the middle. No one can get it clear. Blacks have got onto it now. Quick kick around the corner from Tyson Cruz. Gets the half back. Oh, big collision there. Going to be a couple of sore bodies. Mark taken by Blacks. So they go inside 45. High, up and under. No one's able to take it. Falls to Curnow. Curnow's a handball to Hogan. Hogan was looking for a teammate. Couldn't quite get there, and ball falls to Old Xavs. So Dynan goes to the left foot. Careful kick up the line. And a strong mark there to Semiopolis. So he runs onto the right boot. Goes through the middle of the ground. It's a scrubbing, difficult kick to get a handle on, but Goss did well. Flicked it over to Clay Johnson. Just fell over as he was trying to get it. Ducks and weaves. Very elusive. Proves that on that occasion. Gets it through the middle of the ground to Semiopolis. Runs past 45. Vacant square. And one behind.
End up slapping into the post.
Trinity have drawn level with Blues, 11-9-75 apiece.
Uni Blacks get on with it immediately. Mahn's got it at half-back for Uni Blacks. So Mahon is going to kick it to the outer side. And he's looking for Richardson and finds him. Good lead by Richardson. Swimming pool side of the ground, right in front of the big scoreboard here at University Oval. Kick towards centre wing, and a good mark taken by Tom Williams. Williams for Old Xav will repel momentarily, but it's a shocking kick right into the corridor where Dornoff, you can't give him an opportunity, and just puts one into the air looking for Sharp. It seemed to